Here is a no fluff full tutorial on how you can sell Christmas ornaments in your Etsy shops this Q4 season. Q4 is the best time of year to be an Etsy seller because it's the last quarter of the year and it's when most Etsy sellers make the most money all year round in the month of October, November, and December. And these right here are huge sellers. There are sellers that are making over $50,000 a month on just one Christmas ornament listing in their shops. This product can be low competition but highly searched, so you have a good chance at getting some sales with selling these products in your shop, especially if you take the tips that I show you in today's tutorial and apply them to your own Etsy listings. And before we jump into the full tutorial, I wanted to clear the air on a question that I've seen pop up a few times in the comments on previous videos, is about the quality of this ornament. So some people are saying that it's ceramic and they've heard stories where it has arrived broken or defected in some way, and I just want to show you, I have the package right here that it came in. It's actually bubble wrap. To me, it seems good enough for this thin little ornament, and also this traveled from the United States to Greece where I live, and there are no damages. So from my personal experience, it's okay. If a customer gets a broken or defected product and you're using Printify, you can go into Printify, find the order, and then you scroll down to the bottom of the order and you click Submit Issue. You'll fill out that form, and most of the time, if there really is an issue with the item, Printify will either reprint and resend it for you, or they will refund you, whichever one you choose. So just keep that in mind this holiday season if you do end up with any broken ornaments. But like I said, my sample came out beautifully. Okay, now let's jump into the tutorial. Okay, so first I wanted to show you within Etsy. So it's the last week of August right now, and I wanted to show you that these ornaments are already bringing in a significant amount of money for sellers on Etsy, and it's not even September yet. So these sales are just going to skyrocket as we get closer to the holiday season. So I'm gonna use my EVERBEE product analytics to show you this. Now I have the shop names blurred out just for the respect of these shops, but if you want to give EVERBEE a try yourself so that you can dig deeper into the research, I have a link for you to try it out for free in the description below. But my favorite thing to do is just what I did just now. I went over to product analytics right here, and then I always come over to either the monthly sales or the monthly revenue. I want to see which one is bringing in the most money. So I'm going to click this down arrow, and now the top one is bringing in close to $60,000 this month, and that's just one listing. So these listings are very powerful. Yes, they are seasonal listings, so you know, you're not going to be making $60,000 a month every month out of the year, because most people aren't buying Christmas ornaments in like March. You know, maybe a few sales, but probably not many at all. So keep that in mind. But how nice would it be to make, you know, $60,000? And remember, this is revenue, so profit's going to be much less, probably like 30 to 40% of this, but still a nice chunk of change for one listing. And I bet you these top ones by November, they're gonna be like making six figures a month on these ornaments. So super exciting. I mean, even the ones that are bringing in $2,000 a month, like that's amazing. We're in August right now, guys. And so I just wanted to show you, you know, the power of one good listing on Etsy. Now that we have that covered, as always, what I like to do before I make my own designs for my own products is kind of get a feel for what's already selling, maybe some trends that are selling, some different aesthetics. You know, I take about 15-20 minutes to browse Etsy. I also like to look on Instagram. I also like to look on Pinterest to get a feel what's selling. I see a lot of customization ornaments. I'm seeing ones for baby's first Christmas. Also, just be careful with trademarks. So make sure that you're always going to uspto.gov to make sure that things aren't trademarked before you sit down to design, because I'm almost positive that baby's first Christmas is trademarked. Not 100% positive, but I'm like 90% positive. So these people are getting away with it by putting like Kaylee's first Christmas, which is very clever. So just do your due diligence to make sure that things aren't trademarked so that you don't get an infringement on any of your Etsy listings and possibly your shop getting shut down. So just be careful with that. But I'm seeing, ornaments for babies, for new houses, for weddings. There are many different niches that you can sell Christmas ornaments in. And then on top of the different niches, there are different aesthetics that you can apply to it. Now, one niche that I know will do very well this holiday season is the coquette niche, which I feel like a broken record by now because I mentioned this in like a lot of my, oh my gosh, that's so fresh. I mentioned that in a lot of my like newest videos is the coquette niche, because this trend is new this year. I mean, like coquette's been around for a long time, but it's just became very popular this past spring. So it can be applied to like any holiday and do really well this year. Now, will it do well next year? I'm not really sure. This might be a trend, it might be a phase. So just keep that in mind. If you have a coquette product that does really well this year, chances are it's not going to be an evergreen one, but it could make you a lot of money this year. Let me show you what I mean by the coquette. Let's see if there's any coquette Christmas products out already. So there already is, obviously. So if you want to know more about the coquette niche, I will link my coquette video in the description below that talks all about this niche, but it can be applied to any holiday and any niche, and you can do really well right now. Like this, for example, bows are really big in this niche, so they just added some Christmas lights to it. Here is an ornament right here, and it's a personalized ornament with the person's name. So my tutorial today is going to be making a coquette Christmas ornament. I'm going to combine a product that is in demand and a niche that is in demand, and also personalization, so that I can try to really stand out among other Etsy sellers that are trying to sell Christmas ornaments in their shops as well. Now, in order to dominate with this product even more, I highly suggest to add a customized piece to it, whether you're adding the year to it or maybe you're adding the option for them to put their family name. Okay, so I came right over to Creative Fabrica. They offer hundreds of thousands of pre-made graphics that can be used for your print-on-demand products. The only thing is, for Etsy's rules, you have to have a part of the creative process if you are an Etsy seller. So if you are doing print on demand, your piece of the creative process should be in your design, because the print on demand company is going to be making your products for you, so you're not having that creative touch. So it has to be within your designs. So if you are downloading pre-made designs from like Creative Fabrica or anywhere else, you have to make sure that you add your own creativity to it one way or another. So that's by downloading a design and then maybe adding some more elements to it, taking out elements, changing the colors, maybe adding text. You need to make these designs your own, and this will also help you stand out among other Etsy sellers that might have downloaded the same design from Creative Fabrica. So it's good to do this regardless. But I came to Creative Fabrica. Let me see if I can find my bow that I used. Okay, and here is my retro Christmas coquette bow, and as you can see, commercial and full print on demand usage allowed. So I'm going to go ahead and download this. Okay, so now I am in Canva. I have pulled my coquette bow onto my canvas within Canva. I'm going to make this smaller, and I have decided to add a text that says Merry Christmas, and I'm going to change the font. Okay, so I've changed my font, and now I'm going to curve it. I want it to, kind of match the curve of the ornament. So I'm going to go to Effects here, and then down at the bottom you click Curve, and it does it for you, but that's a little bit too much, so I'm going to bring this back a little bit, and then I'm going to make sure that it's centered. Okay, and then that is way too plain, so I'm going to, like I said, I want to add a piece of personalization or something to it that's more meaningful, so I'm going to add the year to this. So I'm going to add a text box, 2024, and we're going to bring this down, make that a little bit smaller. And then I want to add some more elements to this, so I'm going to go up to elements right here, and I'm gonna type in holly berries. And I feel like this one matches really well. You can come here to graphics, and if you don't have the pro version, then you won't be able to use any of these that have the crown on them, but there are plenty that you can use that don't have the crown on them, that are free. But I have the pro version. I really enjoy the pro version. I use it very often, so it makes sense in my business, but you don't absolutely need it. So I have this one. I'm gonna bring that smaller. You know what, I'm gonna maybe bring this down a little bit more. And then I'm gonna copy this or duplicate, and then I'm going to turn it. Now you could personalize this even more. You could have the option to put like a family name or like best friends and their names or something of that sort. But for time purposes, I'm just keeping it simple like this. And so now we would go to share and then download PNG file, transparent background so that it doesn't have that white box behind it. Download. Quick little intermission. If you're enjoying this video, please give me a like. It helps my small channel immensely. Also, if you're new to print on demand and you haven't even started yet, go ahead and download that free course in my description below. It's called Print on Demand to Freedom, and it's going to hold your hand through the entire process of signing up on Etsy, signing up on Printify, syncing the two, and getting your first listings up. Now is the best time to be starting your Etsy shops or be active in your Etsy shops, because we are almost at the start of Q4, where you can make the most sales all year in your Etsy shop. So this is your sign to get started now. All right, so here I am within Printify. Printify is the printing company that prints, package, and ships all of my print on demand orders for me. So I typed in Ornaments here because they have hundreds of other products if you didn't already know. But here we are with Ornaments. The ornament that I chose to make this sample was actually this first one here. So it's $6.03. You might see different pricing on your screen if you're not using Printify Premium. The pricing might be higher, but I choose to use Printify Premium. It's like $24.99 a month and so worth it. It brings the prices of the products down drastically. So if you want to try that out, you can click the link in my description below. But anyways, so I used this one right here. There are more shapes that you can choose from as well. So there's a star and a heart. Okay, so there's different shapes. You can also use different brands as well. There's one that's a little more expensive, one that's a little less expensive. There are glass ornaments. This one here, you can actually do it, you can print on both sides if you'd like. They also have some really cute new ones like this sled ornament right here. That could be really sweet to do like a custom family name, or again, like a baby's first Christmas, but again, don't use baby's first Christmas, like Kaylee's first Christmas, you know? So there's many different options to choose from, but I've found the most success with just the basic ceramic ornament. So we're going to click in here and we're going to go to start designing. And if you wanted to, you could download the design template and bring it in to Canva to make sure that this is going to fit nicely on the ornament. So I did not do that. I just kind of like have an eye for it at this point, but this will definitely help you because you have to remember that this part is going to be cut out of the ornament. So your design is going to be you know, a little bit lower on the ornament because of the hole for the string. If you wanted to choose a different shape, you would come right over here to select variants, and that's where you're able to choose the heart, star, or snowflake, and it's one size for all of these. But for this tutorial, we're doing just the regular circle one. All right, so I would come over here to upload and my device. All right, so if it is past the dotted line, that means that it will not get printed. The design will get cut off. So you have to scale your item, your design, to fit properly. The red line is showing me that it is centered, but make sure if it's not centered on your canvas, then it won't be centered on here. The red line goes by this box. That's basically what my canvas was within Canva. So always make sure that it's actually centered. And then we can go up here to preview, and Printify offers really great ornament mockups. So I don't really see a need to try to purchase an ornament mockup. I think that these are just fine, especially this one right here showcases it really nicely right there. And if I were to use this mock-up within my Etsy listing, I would zoom in the thumbnail. So like watch my cursor here, like probably where her thumbnail is, and then down, and then where her other thumbnail is, and up, so that the product and the design are up close and personal to the shopper's face. This would be too far away for somebody who's browsing on Etsy. You can put this whole picture within your product images, but again, definitely zoom in closer for your thumbnail picture. That's very important. So we're going to save product. So once you save the product, then you need to go through and you fill out the product description, and then you would click publish to your Etsy shop. And if you have your Etsy shop synced up properly to Printify, then this will go within your Etsy shop. My free Print on Demand to Freedom course will show you how to do this all step by step. Make sure that you are using appropriate keywords in your titles and tags, ones that Etsy sellers are actively searching for. So a quick little example, if we go into Etsy again, so coquette Christmas ornaments, if I want to find, so a quick little way to help you with your titles and tags is we're going to come over here to all filters. Once you type in the search what you're looking for, so all filters, and then I'm going to come, let's see, down here to star seller, and then show results. But then up at the top where it says in this URL right here, see where it says star, we're going to click on that, and I'm going to replace it with the word best. So now it's going to populate some of the best sellers for me in this niche. There are no bestseller coquette ornaments at this time, but that's okay. We can take a look at some of the other coquette products that are doing really well. Let's click into, a lot of these are PNG files, so if you are into selling PNGs, definitely consider selling coquette ones. Let's see which ones are selling the most. All right, so this is a top one right now. Okay, so you would come in and see what types of keywords did they use in their title, and you're going to put some of the keywords that they used in their title, the ones that make sense, you're going to put them in your title. You're also going to come down here, and these are all of the tags that they have used within their listing. So you're going to choose the ones that make sense for buyers to search your item as well. You're gonna definitely, you're gonna change it to coquette bow ornament. You're gonna have the word ornament in your listing because that's what it is, right? You need to put keywords that people are actually searching to find your product. It wouldn't make sense for you to put in like Christmas coquette bow PNG because we're not selling a PNG, we're selling an ornament. So use keywords like Christmas coquette bow ornament or coquette Christmas ornament. So switching the titles and tags to align it more with the product that you are selling. That's a way to, do some titles and tags research with or without EVERBEE. I use EVERBEE to help me find keywords much faster, and also it helps me find keywords that have, a higher search volume and a lower demand. Not completely necessary, but it's definitely helpful. So again, you can try that out for free in my description below. But yeah, so basically that is it in a nutshell. Consider adding customization to scale these products even further. Best wishes to you in this holiday season.